Bunkers, whether they are fairway ones or greenside ones, they can be very tricky to get out of. Well, in this video I'm going to be showing you both shots which you can get very good at and get yourself out of these hazards every single time. So without further ado, let's go. This is Nick Does Golf. Hey golfers, and welcome back to another video here on my channel Nick Does Golf. It's great to have you here for this one. Today we are talking all about bunkers. Now this is going to be very difficult to do because courses are still shut here in England, and that means that I cannot show you these videos properly, but we're going to make do with what we can and we're going to give it a go. So we've got two areas for these bunkers. We've got greenside and fairway. We're going to start off with the greenside. So today's video follows on very nicely from the video that we did yesterday, which was all about the flop shot and the technique we need to use. Well, for greenside bunkers we're going to be using pretty much the same technique as we did then. However, the only difference is we're going to be taking the sand behind the ball, which is approximately about an inch and a half, and we want to make sure that we can get that club bouncing off the sand, which is going to produce a nice soft shot. So again, for these shots we want to make sure that we are using the bounce of the club. We don't want that club digging in because that's going to create all sorts of problems when it comes to distance control. So like we said yesterday, putting our ball nice and forwards in the stance, we've got a nice wide base, our weight is forwards, hands are back and the club face is open. We're also going to make sure that we've got that left wrist nice and weak so we can really keep that club face open through the hitting zone. I'm sure you've seen many bunker videos where people draw a line in the sand and that's approximately an inch where you need to be hitting it behind the ball. That is perfect, you need to be doing that, but you need to make sure that again you are returning that club to where it was at address. This is certainly going to help increase and show the bounce to the golf club, and that is going to make the club bounce off the sand. You don't want that club, like I said before, digging in, because it's going to cause you a lot of problems and more than likely you're not going to get it out. Again, setting up left of the target of fraction and dropping those hands is going to enhance all of these things for that nice soft shot. You're making sure that you're using your wrists effectively, so cocking them on the way back and uncocking them on the way through. This is really going to help with that height and the softness of the shot that you really want. One thing that you just might want to consider is just to bear in mind that the sand is loose. It's not like grass, so your feet are going to move about. So digging them in to that sand is going to help create a more solid base for when you're swinging. So that's greenside bunkers. Now we're going to be moving on to fairway ones. Now there's a few setup changes which you're going to need to make. Now these are very similar to when I mentioned about the low shot in a previous video in the series. I'm going to be running through them right now. Now because we need to clip this ball right off the top of the sand, we need to give ourselves the best chance of doing this. So how are we going to make sure we do this with the setup? Well, we need to push that ball a fraction further back in our stance. This is going to help with the downward blow, keeping our hands in front of the ball, and also we don't want to be making sure that we hang back from here because more than likely you're going to hit the sand before the ball, and that means that you are very unlikely to hit a decent shot or get out of it. Coupled up with this, you might want to take an extra club just in case you don't catch it how you would like. This ball is going to come out a fraction lower because it is backing the stance. Also, you want to keep your body weight a fraction more forwards. This is certainly going to help with that downward blow as you come in and drive up and out of the sand. One thing that a lot of people do is they try and help that ball out of the sand, especially with a fairway one, and they don't catch it because they've hit it fat. You need to make sure that you stay in your tilt, keep your spine angle at a really good position. As you come into impact, try not to stand up, early extend, get that left hip turning as quickly as possible so you can get it out the way along with the chest, so you can just let the club come into impact and clip the ball straight off the top. So that's greenside and fairway bunkers for you in a nutshell. They are very similar to the flop shot and the low shot that I've done in previous videos, so make sure you go check them out and see how you get on with those. With greenside bunkers it's all about feel, and for the fairway ones it's all about that strike, so making sure that you practice these is certainly going to help. If you found that video useful, hit the like button, ding, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what sort of things do you feel when you are playing these certain shots. If you're enjoying the series and you're yet to subscribe, come on, you can do it. Hit the big button down below. I'd really appreciate it as you can join me on this series and journey as you improve your golf. Along with that, check out my social media platforms. They are all in the description box below. They are on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok, so you can keep up to date with everything that I'm doing. I hope you found that insightful. Thanks very much for watching and see you all on the next one.